Hey everybody, it's me, Over Jones, back with a new video. The Kenosha Kid goes to trial. So far I've been keeping up with some of the updates. I've been watching actually I'm watching the trial footage that's been posted online. A lot of different things I noticed. Um, Kyle had a lot of people um, who seemed they corroborate the things he'd been talking about with the things that he said he was defending himself and what the environment was like that night in Kenosha. Um, I will say that the kid is tough. He broke down and cried a few times, which I won't hold that against him. I've never killed anyone before, and I can't imagine the amount of weight he's carrying on him. And you know, he said that he was feeling that way because you know he's feeling like there's a lot of pressure from he had to kill someone that he didn't want to kill him, but but he had to do it. They gave him no choice. He was attacked, so the only way he was going to get out of that was to use and he was very smart in how he said this because it's true. He used the amount of force necessary to protect to keep them from attacking him, to keep them from hurting him. You know, and he obviously kept his composure. Like I said, I was only able to get bits and pieces because I was watching the live feed throughout the day, throughout different parts of the day, throughout the week, and I think Kyle's gonna do okay. I think he's gonna be. I think he'll be just fine. Still keep him in your prayers. Keep his family in your prayers. Keep his defense team in your prayers. Because they're everyone that needs it, and most of all, like I say, but no, maybe not most of all, but just strike something very important. Pray for that prosecutor because the he did some real scummy. He was doing some real scummy stuff. It was very funny, when Gross Kurtz basically turned his entire argument upside down when he said that Kyle didn't shoot until he pointed his own gun at Kyle. Because Kyle was clearing a jam, and Gage he faked the surrender in order to try to get around Kyle and put one in his head. And actually, I remember a year ago when that happened. There was I guess some friend of his had a forum where there was a picture of him in the hospital, and he he said that he wished he emptied the whole clip, or they emptied the whole magazine, and yeah, he said magazine, emptied the whole magazine in Kyle's head, but that didn't happen. His arm, his bicep got vaporized, and Kyle was able to keep himself safe. But the prosecutor in this case, I think his name was uh, Bringer, something like that. He really laid into Kyle when Kyle took the stand, and just was like twisting his words and really just making him out to be this monster that he's not. And Kyle, like I said, he showed he let his emotions come out. He showed the pressure that's on him right now, that's been on him for a long time. Um, and something that was driving me nuts was the constantly talking about him using, like I said, trying to make him seem like he's a monster. No, he was a kid who found himself in an extraordinary situation and came out alive, where many other people may not even had the stones to do the stuff that he did, but he made it out. And it's to try to bring up the fact that he played video games, um, him why he saw the need of carrying a rifle out there out that night to if he was going to be out there just if he was just going to be out there administering first aid. Basically made Kyle say that he lied about being an EMT, which is not completely false, because he has a background in CPR. He was a lifeguard, and the prosecutor was basically trying, basically, and Kyle looked very, he looked wore out because he was, this trial's been going, all the preparation for the trial and all the questions and all the things he has, he's had to witness. He was trying to wear him down, to get him trip over his words. But I think that backfired because Kyle just showed himself to be very human, and showed himself that he's in such a tight spot, and just gets to him. So and then many people are saying that he has PTSD, which may be true, from the events that happened over a year ago. But just it's constantly hammering into him, making it seem like he's this cold, bloodthirsty killer when that's not the case. Um, another thing, is like the prosecutor kept is like he kept trying to blame, like almost like trying to pin blame on him for defending himself. Almost like saying, why did you defend yourself? Like, well, they were trying to attack him, but they were attacked. He was being attacked. He was being chased. Just the fact that he came out there with a rifle, it does not mean that it gives anyone a license to go out there and try to confront him. In fact, if anything, again, I said this before, what is going through your head to confront somebody who is carrying a rifle? Why you try to start trouble with him? If he's not starting trouble with you, leave him alone. But there was different footage that I saw that showed Rosenbaum, the first man he shot, ambush him, and as he ran to that car lot, some guy named I think it was Josh Kaminsky. He fired a pistol, and it was actually a recording of him saying, you ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker," or something like that. He fired a gun in the air, and that's what caused Kyle to turn around, and um, Rosenbaum lunged at him, and that's how he got shot. That's how he got shot 4 times. But like again, the prosecutor is just pray for that guy, man, because man, I guess one can say he's doing his job, but someone else can looking at the way he's just grilling him unnecessarily, and it actually started to piss off the judge. To a point where they met their Kyle's defense is actually talking about doing a mistrial. I think it was called mistrial via prejudice, or mistrial by prejudice, which means that all the charges will be dropped because of the conduct of the prosecutor, and no further the charges cannot come back to him as if it was like a simple mistrial where they can come back to him at a later date. But I think it's by prejudice, our charges will just be gotten rid of. You know, so that be and the judge said he may consider it. He may look into it because of the behavior of the prosecutors. And they were even caught on the stand, when there was a photographer who brought up the fact that the I think the district attorney tried to get him to change his statement about Kaminsky, because because it said that he was actually messing up a case that they had on him, at a different time, and the photographer basically said, "No, I won't change my statement." This is he basically gave his statement and refused to change it, and they tried to bring it. It got he brought it up at when he's on the stand. So this whole thing is one giant mess. I think Kyle's gonna get acquitted, of all charges. If not all charges, he may do a few months for the misdemeanor of being in possession of the rifle, but that'll only be a few months, and he'll probably get that, and that probably even get cut down for good behavior. Because I don't see him starting trouble, willy nilly causing him to have to serve the full sentence. But again, I think the way the case is going is either going to go with a mistrial with prejudice, or he's going to get acquitted of all charges, or he'll only have to serve a few months the for the firearm possession charge, which is just a misdemeanor. Because honestly, he's 18. I don't want him to. I hope he doesn't have to spend. If he had to do any time, I don't want him to do any time. First and foremost, but if he had to do anything, I hope it's only a few months, because I don't want him to have to be a felon, and then, what because he enjoys, because he does he's mentioned he said that he enjoys shooting firearms. Um, And I don't want that to be ruined for him because of the political because of the political climate in this within this case. So that's I just want to share my thoughts. My stance on Kyle Rittenhouse, aka the Kenosha Kid, has not changed. If anything, it's only been emboldened. I'm happy to see that he's standing up for himself and getting his word out. I hope it all goes well for him. Like I said, keep him in your prayers. Pray for his family, especially as it shows his mother crying, and when she broke down when she saw him breaking down, and I can only imagine how difficult that is for a mother to see her son going through all that. When his basically his life and his freedom is in the balance. I'm also want to give a shout out to Steven Crowder for the commentary he's done, and I can't remember the name, but there's like a group of like law experts on YouTube. They did a live they were doing a live stream, and they had their basically different YouTube names and different screens, and they were just like doing commentary on the trial. So shout out to them. This is very interesting, and also aside and also keep in mind, not Kyle is not the only thing that's that's on the stand, but self-defense itself, self-defense with an AR-15 no less, is on the stand, because he is living proof that, and obviously there are many more examples, but he is living proof also in seeing the actual footage of someone defending themselves with an AR-15 style rifle, and challenging this notion that this is a weapon of mass murderers, of psychos. No, it's just a tool that many Americans own. As myself, I own several AR-15s, and they're used for many other reasons aside from shooting other people. And even if you did have to shoot other people, more likely it's used for self-defense, as we see is an instance with Kyle Rittenhouse. So yeah, my stance hasn't changed on Kyle. I don't think he should serve any time. I hope he doesn't serve any time. Again, if he does, unfortunately end up serving time, I hope it's only a few months for that misdemeanor. I hope all the other charges get dismissed. I hope the jury can see how disgusting the prosecutor and how the DAs were acting during the trial, to see what's going on, and come to a healthy verdict. Because Kyle, he needs to be on his way, live his life, because he's very young. He's only 18. He still has God willing, he still has a lot. He has a lot more years to come, and he should be able to enjoy a full life and not have this whole thing hanging over his head. But please tell me what you think. Are you staying up to date on this trial? Share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of Kyle Rittenhouse? Do you think he's innocent? Think he's guilty? If you had no opinion, please share your thoughts. I love reading everyone's comments. I try to respond to everyone's comments as I get them. Been busy. As you guys saw the previous video, I got the welder now running. I gotta get some other equipment for it, so I can get the ball rolling on gaining my independence, so to speak. But that's my video. Please share your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. If you got any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see if I can address them. But that's my video. So Kyle Rittenhouse he's taking the stand. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped, and God bless.